welcome back to my channel, and I am here with another super video where I'm going to create a realistic water. Again, we go with realistic water, and with that I'm also going to add some extra objects like mountains and trees, rocks, and so much things for creating a realistic scene. All right, if you are going to work for a movie or if you're going to work for a short film, if you learn what I'm going to teach now, you could do the short film even more better if you have any water scenes. So I in this video I'll be covering up how to create a realistic water and how to create a realistic scenario, how to attract people to that scenario. So without any further ado, let us get into this video. But before we do, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because every subscribe will make me motivate and make me to do more videos. All right, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share this video to everyone who likes Blender and like this video finally. So without any further ado, let's get into this. So as soon as you open a Blender file, you could see a cube. So from this cube only we are going to do everything. If you want to delete, or let it be like that. So what you're going to do is, first we are going to create a realistic water. So for that, what you're going to do is click this cube and go to add modifiers and add modifier, add an ocean modifier. So do exactly what I do for better understanding. So then what you're going to do is, for the ocean we want a big size. So a bigger size is very important. So what you're going to do is, we are not going to increase this value. All right, we don't have to increase. Rather that, uh, we can just scale it up. So scale and make it as much as big as possible. Okay, this would be perfect. So make this as good size. If you look at the camera view, you have to see look everything properly. So double click R for moving the camera. All right, click R for just where my camera is gone, bro. Oh wow. Okay, all right, my bad. Okay, click the camera, go to camera view and double click R to see what the view is. So click R to go rotate, and that will be perfect. So make sure that it is somewhere like in the center. So GX for the center, and move a bit back. So GX for moving in ways. So now if you look, that is perfect. So go here and you see this is perfect. Make sure that the camera is right at the center. All right, G Y to move. All right, this is center. All right, this is perfect. If you want to move the camera a bit back, you can also move GX for moving back, and that would be perfect. Or else, and if you also want to change the focal length, you can change. I will make it to 35 as of now. So this is what we want, and boom. So now what you're going to do is, we're going to add texture for the ocean wave. You can already see that there's no texture, but there's something smoothness. So we don't want that smoothness. So what we're going to do is, we are just going to go to add modifier setting, click that and go modifier settings, and make sure that the resolution values are like 20, or make it 30, because more the resolution, more it helps while rendering. So make the rendering like go for maybe no 60. So that would add more texture. So what you're going to do is, make sure that in order to flow, we have to add enter what I enter, hashtag frame divided by 24. Yeah, 24 would be good. So now you could see that there is more texture, as well as if you play, by hitting spacebar, it is moving. It's moving slow because the resolution value is much bigger, and my laptop lags a bit because my laptop is not a great laptop. So if I have a great laptop, it will work better. So make sure that you post it again, and make sure that you also have a good laptop. It doesn't mean that you have to have a great laptop. You can also have a cheap laptop and do. So that is the second case. It's about what you do and how you do. So then what you're going to do is, uh, as of now everything is good. So now if you go to rendering and do some realistic render, now we get some realistic views. But before we do so, we want the wave texture. So make the scale go to 2.1. This increases the wave, you can see, right? So already you can clearly see that the texture is amazing, right? So that is what we need. Then what you're going to do is make the smallest wave to go for 0, because when the smallest wave is 0, it will, let me show you why. So if the smallest wave is increased, you can see that the smoothness is increasing. So if it is 0, we get more texture. So what we want is more texture. So make the value 0. That is very good. So the choppiness is also very important. So the choppiness, if you increase, the waves get closer. As you can see, the waves are getting closer. The maximum is 4. So it's about your choice or about your wish of how to, no, you can, this is your choice. So make it, I mean, I'm going to 1.5. So this adds a lot of texture. Let's see in camera view. This is great for us. So now what you're going to do is add foam. What is foam? If you don't know what is foam, the foam is nothing but no. If you look at ocean pictures, you can see there is some white lines going around. So that white lines is what we call in Blender, what we call as foam. So now make sure that you click the foam, enter the foam, and make sure that you enter foam. Because why we do this is because when we add attribute in rendering, while we render this, the data layer, we have to add it there also. So that would, when we do that, then only we get foam. So I will show you while rendering. So that's all guys, let's go for rendering. All right, make sure that you click this option. So now after you click the rendering view, you could see something like this. Since I didn't delete the no camera, that the light, it is somewhat white in that area. So if you want to delete, you can delete, but I'm keeping as it is. So my laptop is lagging very much. So I'm changing the resolution to somewhat low value. So make sure that you go to resolution and make it 24. As of now, let it be 24. While after finishing everything, let us increase the render value or the resolution value. So make it 11. You know what? Let me just make it 11 here and add 7, because the more the resolution value is less, the more the computer works better. So make sure that it is, no, it's your wish. If you have a great laptop, you can go to resolution view much greater. It is preferably asked to, enter this value. So now what you're going to do is, uh, make sure that you add make sure that you go to, once again, so make sure that you go to, UV shader, I mean shader editor. So as soon as you get in, make sure that you click the plane. So as soon as you get in, you can see that there are two things. So make sure now whatever I do, please do as it is. So let's move this to here, and let's add a principal shader first, or mix shader first. So mix shader, search for mix shader, and here it is. uh, Make sure that it is connected. As soon as you connect, you would see something going on. And then what we're going to do is add a principal shader, which is very important for this. So connect a principal shader, make sure that the BDFS is connected with the shader. And now what you're going to do is connect attribute, which is also important. Search for attribute. Yeah, here it is. So attribute is also important, and make sure that you also add color ramp. Before that, make sure that you add map. So connect the color with the value, and make sure that the add is changed to multiply, and also add color ramp, which is also important. So connect the value with the factor and connect this color with the factor. So now boom, that's what we need. And make sure that you name it as foam, and that would add extra foams for, you can't see anything as of now. It's because we haven't made anything right here. So if we change the settings right here, everything will change. So make sure that the base color is somewhat like bluish. You can see already it's changing. You can also look at that, yeah, in the camera view it's also great. It's quite make it here, because while we add lights, it would, the water color would change. It's because when we add light, the reflection of the water would make the water color change. So that for that case, let it be a bit darker itself, and make sure that the roughness is up to 0. And then what you're going to do is click specular and make sure that the IO value is 1.333, because the IO value of the water is always 1.33. Anywhere you go, that's the value. And make sure that the transmission weight is 0, I mean 1, a tongue twister, right? So as I said you, my laptop is a bit laggy, but if you have a great laptop, this thing would be easy and faster. So as of now it's quite good. And what we're going to do is make sure that the value of foam is like 1.6. So now what, we can see so many things, right? So yeah, I will come to that later. So make sure that the value is something right here, and make sure that this value is right here. And yeah, so this is all we need, everything is good. So you can even now you can see some much glossiness or nothing. It's because you haven't added a background. So if you add a sky, it would everything would change. So now go to, world settings and click this yellow button and add environment texture. And yeah, as soon as you add, you can see this pink color, and make sure that you give a sky texture. So for this you can go to Google and search for yourself, and make sure that you add a correct sky for the correct image. I'm adding this sky image. So yeah, boom. So this is what I have added. So if you look right here, the water is already good, right? So if you click this thing would be, no, it disappears. If you click again, it will come. So click T for that. So you can see that the water is actually amazing. So it's a bit glossy, so make sure that the roughness is somewhat a bit 0.1 or maybe 0.1. So that would give us a perfect water. So if you want to increase the darkness too, you can decrease the darkness. As I said you, the color matters for the water. So if you look now, the water is more realistic than ever. So this is what we need. And if you go to camera, click the camera, you could see that the camera view is not much wider. So make sure that you have a wider view. For this I'm clicking 20. So this gives even much bigger lightning. So this is what we need actually. So the next thing what we're going to do is, actually it's not needed actually. So let it be as it is. So now we have finished the water. Next thing what we're going to do is we're going to add some mountains and a lot of stuffs to make it more realistic. Before that, uh, we can end this video right here. And if you want this video to go, uh, if you want to finish this video, make sure that you watch another video, because in another video I'll be adding mountains and grass, rockiness. As you would have seen in thumbnail, that is what needed. Everything relies on that. So make sure that you watch the second video of this part thing, and I'm sure that you will finish. So that's all guys. This is the water you've got, and make sure that your sky is good and all that thing is important. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. If hope you liked it. If you loved it, please subscribe and like this video, and make sure that you attend the next video. And until then, say you goodbye. And also another bonus point, if you what I called foam, right? If you want to, this multiplication math is because to increase or decrease the foam. As I increase, you could see that the white lines are coming. So that's what I called it as foam. So if you want to increase or decrease, it's your wish, and make sure that it's something like 0.6 or 7, maybe 7 is great. So this is what we need, and thank you guys.